Hello. How are we today? Hope we're doing well. There we go. Hope you're doing well. The two people that are in chat. No, yeah, all of that can go off. Jeremy, hello. You found my template on slobs? Very nice. Hello, Jeremy. Am I well? I'm doing good. Ernie, hello. How's things? Things are good. Things are good. I forgot to my omega-3 tablet. Oh no. What I use in my videos? Computer. Tends to work well. In all seriousness, I use Adobe Premiere. Just because it renders faster than Sony Vegas. Or Sony, whatever they're calling Vegas now. Movie Studio, whatever. Premiere renders faster. You get that, but it's expensive. Go with, like, Movie Studio, whatever, whoever's making that now. Used to be Sony Movie Studio, but I think it has name changed. If you're trying to find free ones, good luck with that. Lightworks. I think VF uses Lightworks, but I have no idea how to use that damn thing. Hello, Alexander. I'm liking the new version of the HUD shader mod. I kind of like the fact that it's got the dark background. I don't like the yellow line, so I might edit the XML to get rid of that. Because I updated that today. I did some mod updates today, downloaded a couple of new ones, but obviously this is Marwell, so we're not getting not going to really be looking at the new mods. Where's my wheel? It's on my desk. I've not been too much into racing games lately, Vicar. I'll give the honest answer. I've not really been interested in racing games all that much lately, and the wheel is really, really good for racing games. But I've been more into flight sims, so it's actually a lot easier for me to use my Xbox controller for farm sim, and then unplug that and plug in my flight sim setup instead. What do I have? Okay. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to just swap from an Xbox controller to my twin stick flight sim setup than to swap from the wheel to the flight sim setup. Because with the wheel I've got to like twist things and lift it, and it's a pain. Just a lot easier if I just need to unplug an Xbox controller and clean it up. Does it make the HUD better though? Super for the 17 HUD layout? Yeah. How old am I now? 27? Steve, hello. Brendan, hello. And Michael, Mikey Mod, hello. Hope we're all doing well today. It feels like a Monday. I know it's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday. Hello, Mark. Do I know simulate in real life? I don't know how to answer that. Like, I've not met him in real life, but we talk away from YouTube and stuff, if that's what you mean. Like I know him away from YouTube. I know his, you know, I know him, I'm friends with him. That's a question that gets very complicated very quickly. when it comes to YouTubers. You know this person in real life? I mean, I've not met them, but I know them. Sim's been annoying me about wrestling today so far. Monitor's on the other side of the room from the desk. Turn around, put the... Do you know what's on the other side of the room from the desk, Alexander? My bed. Like, that is the other side of the room from the desk. And the chair can't really move. Still vaping? Yeah. I'm down to 6 milligrams though, so... I'm feeling good. Hey, Chad. Yeah, my entire setup has to be exactly where it is. There is no way that I can have this set up without, like, moving anything. Go G29 or G920. Go for... oh, which one's the better... I can't remember which one's the better one. There is one that's actually slightly better. Even though they're the same design, one is slightly better and I can't remember which. It's not a bedroom, it's a 6x4 garden shed. I'll have you know, it's an 8x10. It's 8 foot by 10 foot. So there's not much room in here. G29 works well for you. Yeah, I can't remember. One is marginally better. There's like a small, tiny difference between the two. Is Civil dead? You haven't seen him for ages. He's been waiting on something. He got it last night. He should be back soon, TM. He's been waiting on something though, and he was given it last night. So perhaps in the next couple of weeks you will see Simulate return. Maybe the next couple of days. Who knows? G29 is PS4 one, the red spinning thing. 920 is the Xbox. No, I can't remember which one's. I can't remember which one's better. I know the one's better than the other. They both do PC. Yeah, but there's one that has slightly different features. Seen the 690. No, I've not really been checking mod sites lately. I've only really been checking the mod hub. They both do PC. They both do PC, but one is actually marginally better on PC, and I can't for the life of me remember which one it is. I think it's the 920. If you do a bit of reading up, Liam, you'll find out which one's better. Simulate broke his 3-1 silence in Discord. Did he? What with the wrestling tweet? That was a bot that did that. 920. They're both the same age. The 29 is better. Oakfield and Meadowgrove have gone off the PC test list. He was chatting on server the other day. Ah! Which server? $920 looks better. Yeah, there is, much to the annoyance of those reviewers, actually a small difference between the two wheels. Meadowgrove is not in console testing yet, but Oakfield is. See, I don't know what the story is of those maps. I'm gonna presume Meadowgrove failed. I think it was VFs. Ah. Oh, we're down to 94.97 again. Every day I lose subs. Ah, the joys of YouTube. Just I just looked at my sub number there. We'll never hit 10k. I've just resigned myself to the fact that 10k just isn't gonna happen. And that sucks. That really, 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 really sucks. I think Nathan's finally sorted it. I mean, I'm gonna presume Metagrow fails every time, just because it's easier. No field today, no mods today at all. I think Giants have another day off, because apparently it's a bank holiday in Germany again. Somebody was saying that in the Giants Discord, so I'm gonna presume that's correct. Have I broken the baler? That bale's suspiciously not... Oh, there we go. There were some mods? Oh. If Oakfield's passed, it might not be put up until tomorrow, guys. Just bear that in mind. You need to burying kids swimming. Oh, enjoy that. That sounds like a whale of a time. 4 mods or so today. Ah. See, I didn't check yesterday, so... Oh, yesterday would have been the day off. Whoops. Have I tried Euro Truck? Not in a long time. I've not played it in a while. If and when I go back to doing Euro Truck streams, then I'll use the wheel again. Because the wheel is better for Euro Truck. Like, it is just the way that I play Euro Truck. Don't think Oakfield will be out for a while. I'll tell you something for nothing, guys. Giants need to work on trying to get maps out. Because it's the game's suffering at the moment. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. The game is suffering, you know. People are... I know you guys are getting bored of maps. I'm getting bored of maps. I'm already kind of getting a bit bored of Oakfield and it's not even out yet for you guys. That's why I've started the multiplayer. That's why I'm doing the flight sim, is because farm sim to me is getting a bit repetitive. You know, there's not a whole lot coming out maps wise. And it, you know, without seasons, there is very little I can do. I can just kind of faff about doing the same things constantly, and you know, that's fine, but there's nothing really... That's exactly, yeah, that's it, Jeremy. I think Giants should, at least for a little while, give maps a bit more priority. But, you know, that's the big problem right now with Farm Sim is maps. There's just not many coming out, and you can't, Hodge. Quentin could make a comeback. There's no maps out that would really suit that, though, Alexander. If I were you, Hodge, I'd get elements. Tail waiting less than 2 months get looked at. That's not 10 weeks. Get back. See, my problem is that I've burnt out of 17 so hard that I'm just never gonna go back to it. It's probably never gonna get reinstalled on my PC. Is Elements free? No, but Elements you can buy straight out. That's the advantage of Elements. I'm with you there, Chad. They've got a lot of mods for small maps, but there are no small maps. And, yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I'm regretting to an extent, limiting myself only to sites that I trust in terms of mods and maps, because I know that there are some good smaller maps out there, but they're not on trustworthy sites. So I don't know what to do when it comes to Farm Sim. 19 is a letdown. How is 19 a letdown, Sam? Is it because there aren't as many maps? Because that's not down to Giants. Giants... Farm Sim right now is in a tough situation. A lot of people are put off mapping because it's difficult now. And a decent amount of the older mappers have either decided to pursue other projects, or just given up on the game, or whatever, or decided they don't want to learn the new stuff, which is fair enough. But Farm Sim's in a very, very difficult position. Because I think it's becoming obvious that maps are what makes the game survive, not mods. Because, you know, the Giants maps for 19 are good, but everybody hates them. And there is a very real chance that if the current trend continues, the only maps for FS21 will be Giants maps. And there's not a whole lot of help available out there. It's not Giants' fault, but I think they could do something to help. There's not a lot of help out there for modders to learn. There's not a whole lot of resources. Hey, Oxy. We're talking about the disturbing lack of maps coming out for 19. Also, you might notice my voice sounds a bit husky, and I have no idea why today. It's just husky. Yeah, Oxy, the only person who's managed to get a UK map out on the mod hub so far. I'm trying to think if Giants could do anything to help with the mapping situation. I don't think they can. Short of releasing tutorials, but the problem is very few people in Giants would know any real tricks for mappers. Oh my god. That's something Giants can fix. Be a bit less picky with the bloody maps. Because, yeah, the F and the E and stuff are on this map, but they're not allowed now. It's the same inconsistencies again. The testing, and it's frustrating. You are correct in saying that, Shy. Material errors are console-only fails. Consoles can't have custom materials, PCs can, so there will be a whole lot less failures on materials. Oakfield, no, Hayden. Oxy just said it failed again. Changed the German description. Oh, God. If you need help with the German description, Oxy, I can do a very rough translation and run it past a German friend of mine. Which is how I know a bit of German. They gave you the... Oh, that's fine then. See, more of this, Giants. Farmson is just... I'm with you, Matt. I really am. Like, Giants are failing maps now on silly, stupid things that really shouldn't fail a map. which is resulting in a lack of maps, which means that players aren't all that interested. And if players aren't interested, YouTubers start losing interest. And if YouTubers start losing interest, well, Giants then lose basically all their marketing. Why did I turn into a grass field? It's slightly smaller than Field 9, so Field 9 you get more crops out of. I don't know if that's a good idea, Shy, because then you just start annoying the console players. Like, I think the best case scenario in terms of trying to get maps out would be Giants start releasing some sort of mapping documentation, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Hey, Nathan. Why did Metagrow fail on this time? Like, I don't know what would solve the problem. Like, definitely more consistent testing would be nice. Where the rules are set in stone and you just follow the rules, and if you follow those rules, you know, you get your map released. That'd be definitely something that they need to look into, because that's the inconsistencies is a big issue. Found some errors you missed, both PC and console version back with Giants. Good. In terms of like helping people get started, there's not, other than Shy, who is like the king of helping people, in my eyes, there's not a whole lot of resources available to people who want to get into mapping. I think that's a big issue. Because it's all well and good having, yeah, if you're new, you're screwed. It's all well and good having, you know, 5 million vehicle and equipment mods out there, but there's not a whole lot out there for mappers. You know, they got a tool to test scripts, they got methods by which you can test pretty much everything about a vehicle. There's nothing like that for maps, and I feel like something like that should exist. I also feel like they should try and prioritize maps right now. This is a Rambo Dave stream. I'm not even ranting, I'm trying to, like, there is a problem with maps currently. Failed map. Hey, Anthony, by the way. Failed map and fixed and return should be bumped up to this. Yeah, for sure. Retest should be bumped up and given priority of any description. Just not just maps, but vehicles, scripts, whatever. They should be bumped up. Feels like I'm ranting? I'm really not. It's more of a discussion. Like if I'm ranting, I just ignore chat basically. But common fails, materials. That's the single most common fail, because there's no way to test those, and that's a rant I could go off. But that's something Giants definitely need to do, is have a way that you can test materials and whatnot without sending it to them and wasting everybody's time. Because you send a map off with material errors, you don't know they're there. Giants find out within 5 minutes, you get your map back the next day and you're told, no, it's failed on materials, why didn't you fix them? Because there's no way to test that. It's the same problems of 17 really when it comes to trying to get maps out. Hey again, Brendan. That seems to be the thing, Shy, yes. That's what I was talking about with the inconsistent testing, is like... I feel like they should test everything first time out and send a full list of errors instead of... Giants are more fussy. Yeah, and that's gonna result in Giants struggling a lot more in 21. And towards the tail end of 19, when they've managed to alienate every mapper under the sun and nobody can be bothered trying to get a map to Giants anymore. Which will result in console players basically giving up on the game. Because, I mean, console players suffer just as much in all this as modders. Because the mods console players get are on the win with Giants. Why are they being so fussy? I mean, they're being so fussy because they want top-notch, top-quality mods in the mod hub, but I'm fine with that. I really am. But the fact that... Yeah, that's exactly it, Nathan. The fact that there's inconsistency in the testing is a real issue. Like, that's something that needs to be looked at, and there needs to be... I know it's not 100% possible to do this, but there needs to be like a set testing method that Giants use. So that everybody tests the same way. If X happens, then fail. If Y happens, then pass. I thought I was being strict with Oakfield, like, looking at the little tiny floaties that got missed. Apparently I was being a bit soft on the map. There's a lot of mappers thinking that, Jeremy. There's a lot of mappers and modders thinking that. Like, I get the Giants want, you know, top quality on the mod hub, but they need to remember that modding is a hobby. It's not something that anybody can do professionally for Farm Sim. There are a few issues with 17's version of Oakville. There's always going to be minor issues with maps. But when... And this is my big issue. AI not working? Who gives a damn if the AI works? That isn't something that should fail a map. Ever. They're going very far. Like, my big issue is that Black Sheep maps always have gigantic, massive issues. Like, apparently the latest one, the old streams, there are bits of it that are unplayable, and yet that passed testing. But Oakfield, which is 100% functional and works perfectly, can't get past testing? That's... You know, at least be consistent with what you're failing maps on. Yeah, the new placeable system as well. Apparently Giants have lied to everybody because I've heard of a map failing because not everything was placeable. Which Giants said, and I know they said this because I was there. See, I'll defend the game. The game is good. The problem is mod testing. The problem is mod testing, and that's always been a bugbear for me. But I've heard of a map failing because there was, like, something wasn't placeable or something like that. Or a yard wasn't placeable, and not being funny, but I was there when Giants said, "Oh yeah, we'll allow you to just put pre-baked farms there." And apparently that's not something that's happening anymore. What? When did that change? Yeah, having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm just frustrated with the way Giants are treating modders lately. The Giants said, I was literally in the room when they said it during the previous streams. Oh yeah, you can still have pre-baked farms. Apparently not. It's... Yeah, it's... The more Giants frustrate modders, the more difficulty the game is going to face, and it hasn't had the best it hasn't had the best run so far. It's struggled big time because of, issues people have seen with the game, whether they exist or not. I'm not going to weigh in on those arguments, but I think the game is good, but the fact that there's very few maps coming out is hurting it, because people are getting frustrated with burnout on maps, really. Placeable system sucks. The placeable system is nowhere near good enough. That is something that, yeah. I like the idea, but the way that it's been done isn't very good. What's really frustrating though, and this is what really kills me here, these complaints that we're raising about the mod testing, we made these same complaints 2 years ago. We had these exact same complaints about inconsistency in FS17, and seemingly nothing's been done to deal with it. It's doing good, Maddie. How are things with you? That's what really frustrates me, though, is the fact that it's the exact same problems rearing their heads again when it comes to mod testing. How's my day been? My day's been, well, my day's not really been anything of yet. As such, I've got up, had breakfast, and started streaming, basically. The build your own farm idea is interesting at a base level. It works well on the Giants maps, but once you get into modded maps, it kind of falls apart. Hey, Larry lad. Sold all that milk at long last. I've not even looked at it, actually. I didn't like it in 17, and I don't particularly want to have a look in 19. I've kind of come to the conclusion that if I don't like a mod in 17, I'm just not going to like it in 19. Irish, here's the issue. They can't. Console players would stop buying the game, and that's the majority of the market for the game. They have to keep mods on console. They've locked themselves in now. What I think they need to do is give extra resources for mappers to allow it. You'd like to see him? Yeah, something like that would be really cool, Larry. I think that old stream on 17, I never really got on with it all that well. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the greatest mod ever. It wasn't the greatest map ever. Hey, Welsh, by the way. Well, yeah, that's kind of an added issue. Oxy is UK. Like, they want American maps, but there's not many modders want to play them, and not a lot of the community is interested in them. Um, yeah, the comedy of it all is... The real comedy is a lot of the American players want to play British maps. Not all of them, some of them do want American maps, but there's a decent portion of American players, in my experience, want to play and watch British maps because it's a completely different style of farming. Europeans want European maps, UK and Ireland want UK and Irish maps. Americans are kind of split between, you know, American maps with the giant squares and forests, or UK and Irish style maps. Can't wait for Shamrock Valley. That's assuming Oxy hasn't rage quit modding by then, Larry lad. I think the real frustration factor for me is there's no small maps out yet. Like, Hofgoodbrook is a really good map that's on the multiplayer server. It's not a single player map. Marwell and Oakfield are both kind of borderline. In fact, I'd say they'd probably be better off multiplayer, but I don't want to put either of them on the server. Hey, Sylvan. And there's nothing like Meadow Grove out yet. Have I taken a look at Riverview? Yes. Not the biggest. There's some really interesting work done on Riverview, but it's not a map that I enjoy. It's not for me. It just doesn't sit well with me, Hayden. Like, there's no rhyme, no reason behind it. It's just one of those maps that I think is very good, but just doesn't sit well with me. Blender's really good. I like Blender. It's industry standard. It's basically what most 3D modelers use now to do work is Blender. So I got no issues with Cattle and Crops using Blender. It just has the learning curve of frying pan slapping you in the face. Yeah, but all this whining and complaining that I've done so far kind of boils down to there's no really good... But that's because Giants want everybody to use Maya. That's the long and the short of it, is they don't like Blender because it doesn't cost $500 a year. Effectively. Giants own a game farm sim. At the moment, yeah, they did like Ski Region Simulator in the past, they did a construction simulator in the past. But they've really kind of laser focused on farm sim. And the funny thing is, all my complaining is literally just down to down to Giants just, you know, testing being inconsistent as it was in 17, so nothing's changed there. And really the only 19 specific complaint I have is that there's no small maps getting through yet. That's what it all boils down to, is I want small maps and there are none getting through. I feel like they need more farmers as consultants. A lot of what is in Farm Sim chat is true to life. Just not life in Ireland or the UK or the US. It is very European based. You know, I'm not going to complain about Farm Sim's realism. Not having American row crop tires was a big failure. There's a lot that I could say the Giants failed on. I mean, they didn't have the short wheelbase T7, which is the T7 I see the most. Not too big, not too small. Yeah. But where are you going to release that, Chris? Because I can't see it. With all due respect, I can't see it making the mod hub, so I'm guessing you're going to try FSUK. Which is probably, as funny as that is, I feel like more and more modders are going to go back to FSUK as time goes on because they're frustrated with the mod hub. And we could get to the ridiculous situation where FSUK is the place to go for British and Irish mods again. Hey, David. Almost definitely for British and Irish maps. And yeah, I've wailed on FSUK testing as well, but it's a lot easier to get a map out there. Hey Chad, the game looks spectacular. Like, I'm not wailing on the game itself, it's all the backstage stuff that goes on. I can do it too, and Glengar. Like, it's all stuff that it isn't even really related to the game, it's just the testing nonsense. Also the fact the mod hub is like 25% bloody weights. That frustrates me. That frustrates me so much. Every third or fourth mod on the mod hub is a weight of some description. To the point where it's become a meme. BF14, I have not seen anything that's being worked on the mod hub for the mod contest other than not Oxy's map, Dusty's map. You can never have too many weights. A few buckets. The buckets I don't mind because at least they're all different. Like, they're all different capacities and different designs. And a lot of them do different things, the different controls. A front weight is a weight is a weight. And sure, they might look different, but you look at a lot of them and they're just kind of a bulb on a 3-point hitch that weighs a certain amount. I think Giants... If I were to have one criticism of the game itself, it's that Giants maybe are a bit too reliant on modders now. Like, they've got a certain amount in the game, but they seem to be expecting modders to do almost everything for them. And, money is the heart of farm sim, sure, but an over-reliance on something is never a good thing. That's exactly it, Larry lad. Giants, like, it's a double-edged sword. PC players get the maps they want, but console players are stuck with the mod hub. That's all they can use. The console is console is about 2/3 of Giants' market. There's a horrible catch-22 there for everybody. How many bales? I think this field produces about 120, maybe 150. Let's have a look. It'll be in This 104 so far, so yeah, 120 to 150. MJ, hello, and Silver. Oh, John. MJ, how many fails has Peterville got now? This might be the new thing with mappers, is just to ask how many times their maps failed. Failing simulator, yeah. That's what submitting them onto the mod hubs become. It's just like, how many fails can I get today? Is it bad to vape in your asthmatic? Yes. Am I gonna do the Casablanca event on May 5th? No. Simply because, Hayden, I've kind of half made this decision logically, half made it due to panic attacks. I'm gonna wait until the new headset arrives to do any VC on, or to do any VC on VATSIM. However, that doesn't mean I'm not going to use live ATC. I will do. I will go receive only. Receive only in text until the new headset arrives. So I might go with live ATC at some point soon. Just because VATSIM detects my mic as being cold. Or Xbox does. Because I'm so used to running it. Here's why, Hayden. And I actually know why Squawkbox detects my mic as being cold. I have this set up in such a way that it works perfectly for TeamSpeak, which doesn't require loud mics at all. And I've got it set up perfectly to run a compressor during streams, which you may or may not be able to hear. And because of that, VATSIM will always detect, or Xbox will always detect this mic as being cold. The only time it didn't was when I had it right up against my face, which would peak the crap out of it, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna wait until the headset arrives and hopefully get that working properly. Do I have the Massey Baler? Yes, I do. I'm using that on... Oh, I'm not using that on Oakfield. I'll be using that on a map soon. I was using it on a map, and I can't remember what one. I think it might have been Oakfield when I was testing it. But now I've gone around Bale only on Oakfield for funsies. And a bit of a challenge, I guess. Got your new... Ooh, very nice, MJ, new internet. Bale size gap between each other. There is a weird gap, yeah, I did notice that. I think the problem is that baler is technically supposed to be a Heston baler. But because Giants don't do Heston bales and it is made by Giants, it just doesn't really work. Have I seen Steve's Fords? I have not. Oreos and Mountain Dew? Fair enough, 8. I'm almost surprised he didn't say Doritos. He is that kind of gamer guy. It's a farm around me that has 2 NH square beds, 3 Massey 2270s. I don't know what the farms around me have. I know that somebody around me owns has a class. Somebody around me has a really old Deutz. So old, in fact, that I think he's repainted it a couple of times because there's no Deutz logos or anything on it. There's at least one guy, probably more, that has T7210, the short wheelbase T7, which is why I want it in game. You know what you're showing me? Could you not send me a message on Discord, Steve? Pizza? Very nice. I can't eat too many pizzas. I can't, like, I'm after finding that I'm very fussy with pizzas now. Like, the takeaway near me does amazing pizzas. And amazing, like, really nice food in general. But I've kind of developed this weird intolerance to the grease they have. Like, yeah, you get something for takeaway, it's going to be excessively greasy. That's just kind of a rule. Yes, Steve. I do actually look at all the messages I get in Discord, I just don't reply to all of them. But, like, every time I get a takeaway, I'm after having to tell my parents and sister, like, if you're getting a takeaway, don't get me anything, because every single time I get a ridiculously upset stomach the next day. And I feel horrifically bad. Which I guess is my body telling me, please start eating properly. But yeah, it's not fun when I get a takeaway, so I can still have Chinese, which is definitely good. But actual fish and chips takeaway kind of stuff, yeah, no, that's not something I can have anymore. Because I don't want to deal with the problems that causes. And trust me, that causes problems. I'm not going to go into what they are, but they're distinctly problematic. Let's get this bale out. There we go. I estimated 120 to 122 bales out of this field. I said it would make about 120. You have as this create your own because you're crones. I mean, Aldi, I think it's Aldi do this amazing meat feast pizza that comes with like chili oil, which I questioned when I saw there was chili oil with the pizza, but I put it on and oh my god, it was delicious. And now, like, what? Every time I get a... Or normal services resumed. Yeah, well, that was always going to happen. The default thing to talk about on this channel is food. But yeah, if ever you get, like, a meat feast pizza, try putting a bit of chili oil on. It is the most delicious thing. Because you obviously get the taste of the meat, and then underneath that, you get this lovely kind of building chili flavour. The tiniest bit of heat as well. This Anderson was weird. Yeah, Anderson, I think, overbuild things quite a lot and over-engineer, because I really don't think this needs a robot arm. I really don't think a bale stacker needs a robot arm. But Anderson clearly did. I mean, fair play to them. I've accidentally... That's gonna look really weird. These bales are all just getting sold off, by the way. I don't care if they're grass or hay, they're going into the stacker. I just want to sell them. It is designed for wrapped bales, yeah, but it does, like, it just works very strangely. Yeah, nice warm popcorn. I've still got microwave popcorn downstairs. Ooh. I do like some microwave popcorn. Might have some of that tonight. In you go. In you go. I kind of wish this was a bigger stacker than it actually is. YouTube did the unsub thing. Oh, YouTube unsubbed you? That might explain why I've been losing subs if the unsub glitch is back. So, guys, real quick, double check if you're actually subscribed. Like, if you're enjoying and you haven't subscribed, feel free to, but if you are normally subscribed, just double check, because apparently YouTube's doing the damn unsub glitch again. And while you're checking that, you might as well like the stream as well. If you are enjoying. America's backside off, and I've not. Kai?
Hello, Dave.
Colin Murphy, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Dead Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. And sorry for delurking you. You were on sub, Matty? Yeah, double check, guys. Double check. Thanks for the heads up on that, Hayden. What wheel? Right now, Xbox controller. When I'm using my wheel, it's a Logitech G27. It's currently sat on a desk. Phil, thank you very much for subscribing as well. Welcome to the Rainbow Dead Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hang on, is that sub counter just not working? Because it's not budged. Hey, Jacob. We've just discovered, thanks to Hayden, that there's an unsub bug going on at the moment with YouTube, so I'm gonna ask if you are subscribed, Jacob. Just double check that you are subscribed. How about no, Hedgehog? I've done all the exams in school already. Normal YouTube unsubbed you. They should have been linked. Yep, you're subbed. Good. I'm not trying to force people to sub, but yeah, if you're intending to be subbed, and YouTube does that crap, just make sure. Also, if you've got the notification bell ticked or wrong or whatever it's called, double check that's actually active, because that's another bug that YouTube has. Yeah, please do, Hayden. Also, I'm in full shill mode. I apologize to those of you who hate me shilling things. Also, you can join the Discord. If you go down to the description, there should be a working link, I think. One Discord. No, that's not the command, Hayden. You tried. There you go. Yeah, Nightbot should be throwing in a link. Why am I not using the wheel? Simply put, Colonel. My wheel I use mainly for racing games, and I'm not really interested in playing them at the moment. I'm much more interested in flight sims. And my desk is tiny. My desk is hilariously tiny. So I can't have the wheel and other stuff up on it at the same time. And it's much easier to swap between the Xbox controller I'm using and my flight sim setup. Yes, Hayden, please. Than it is to swap between the wheel, which needs to be taken off the desk and sorted out like that, and the flight sim setup. Because then it's swapping USB and picking up two things. For the swap that I need, that I do pretty much daily now, after a stream. It's also much easier when dinner arrives, because I legitimately need to take the wheel down to even eat food. Because I eat up here because it's a bit easier, because I got a desk. And yeah, I need to take the wheel down pretty much straight after the stream anyway, so it's just easier to use an Xbox controller at the moment. I'll probably at some point over the summer get back to using the wheel. I go through these phases where I use the wheel and then I don't, and then I use the wheel and then I don't. What grub I got tonight? I have no idea. It's actually not a stupid question, Con. If it was a stupid question, there wouldn't have been an explanation. The explanation would have been because I'm not using the wheel. It is a completely logical question, because the wheel, I feel, is better for farm sim. It is just a better way to play for me. But when I'm swapping over to flight sim, it is much, much easier to be using an Xbox controller for farm sim. Just in terms of like swapping over my setup to work with flight sim. Yeah, I'm with Hayden there. No, there are no stupid questions in life, only stupid answers. And this and stupid feeling when the answer is, you know, something that once you hear it, you feel is obvious. Surprised there haven't been any classics. Yeah, Kai, actually. That's kind of surprising as well. I wonder if they're suffering the same fate as maps, where they're just suffering from Giants testing being a bit weird. That's distinctly possible. Also, by the way, I don't know if Landy's gonna stream. He said he'll try to. But it is completely down to basically his voice and throat, because he's been suffering from a sore throat recently. So I don't know if he's gonna stream. If he does, could one of you guys, I'm presuming a few of you'll make it into his stream if he does stream, just let him know about the unsub glitch, because I didn't know that was a thing that was back. If he's not streaming, I'll tell him on TeamSpeak tonight anyway. Because that is the single most frustrating thing in the world. Oop, that didn't go well. Excuse me? Apparently I've got the radio turned on. I wish... This is a genuine game request for Giants. Like, if there's anybody from Giants watching, could you make a global bloody setting for the radio? Where, like, you can just set it on or off globally, because I generally, just due to YouTube restrictions on copyright, and my own personal tastes, I guess, to a certain extent, I never use the radio, and it's bloody annoying that it keeps popping up when I put in certain key combos. There we go, we're free again. That's the one big complaint about FS19, is they didn't fix the radio so it's a global setting that you could turn off. Or like if you've got the radio volume set to off, disable the controls for it or something. Because, like, it's something that was found in 17, very unfortunately by guys that are doing the previous streams. The radio, all the music on there is copyright, which is why you might notice that nobody on YouTube actually uses the radio ever. Little known fact is nobody on YouTube uses the radio because all the music's copyright. And to try and get the rights to every song would be painful, and it's much easier to just use something like Pretzel, or the YouTube audio library, or Kevin MacLeod's music library to get music than to try and chase down dozens or hundreds of copyright dozens or hundreds of copyright owners and try and work out a deal with them. It's just much easier to go with Pretzel. For me, at least, because it's just there. Also, I'm proud of myself. I should mention this. I'm proud of myself. Because, Hayden, you might have noticed this, the Project Fly overlay got taken down. I remembered to turn it off today. Traditionally, after a flight sim stream, I completely forget to turn off the Project Fly overlay. And I get really annoyed that I've left the Project Fly overlay on. But I remember to turn it off today. The 4-hour and 5-hour need to be things. Are they real tractors though? It's normally Iana's thing. I'm bloody glad I remembered then. See, here's my issue when it comes to people suggesting John Deere's is I only know about 6 models of John Deere and they're all from the 90s. Like I know the 78, 77, 78, 10s, I guess the 4050 would count, the 3050 as well. New Peak Enclosure is a nice mod. I didn't see that. There are more mods released since I started streaming. 5 hours like the Valtra A model. See, some of the tractors that are missing from base game Farm Sim are missing because Giants didn't want to have 2 tractors in the same slot. Or multiple tractors in the same slot, or maybe a brand wanted stuff gone. 6930. I thought that was the version of Kendall Nathan was working on. In terms of size, more horsepower. Ah! But yeah, there's usually a reason that a tractor's been kind of omitted. I'll put it that way. Like I've heard that the 9Rs aren't in, or the 9RXs, whichever, aren't in because, well, number one, in that Giganto tractor slot, which the 9R and 9RX would fit into, you've got, really, the John Deere 8RT, the MT700, the Fendt 900 Vario, the T9, the MT800, the MT900, and the 1100, and the Quad Track already.
Hello,
And that would just be another one thrown on top of all that. And, you know, if you look at some of the logic behind why stuff has been omitted, you can kind of see the logic. Or if you look at what's there that is there instead of a tractor you want, you can see why it's not there. Farming is Fun 19, thank you very much for subscribing, by the way. Hope you enjoy your stay, and welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. And I got that backwards. GG to me. Hey Ryan, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Get these off to the shed to be sold off. If you're wondering why I'm not really bothering to keep these bales, it's kind of because I'm starting to wind the map down. Which is probably a mistake, but I'm, with no disrespect to Oxy, getting a bit bored of Marwell. I'm kind of wanting to find a new map that is a bit smaller, that I can do some interesting stuff with, and that just doesn't exist at the moment. The map that I'm looking for, I've looked on the mod hub, I've looked on FSUK, it's not something that I've seen yet. I'll know it when I see it, but I don't know what exactly I'm looking for right now. It'll be a map that just calls to me and says, Dave, this is the map you've been waiting for. You're going to want to be on this map now. Gwenthur, I'd like Gwenthur as well, actually. That's a really good map. But it's not the one that I'm looking for right now. It's one of these things where, like, I'll know it when I see it, but I have no idea up until I see it. I know what I'm not looking for. But I'm talking about the map that I want. Which, I'd tell you exactly what I want, but I don't know. This is always the problem when I'm looking for a map, is like, oh, I want a new map. Okay, what are you looking for, Dave? Yes. Meadowgrove is good, and I'll play it, but it's not what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for something for the roleplay scene. And the roleplay needs to be a very specific kind of map. And it is the most difficult kind of map for me to find. Hey, Aircraft Restorer. Peterville is close, but no. Again, Peterville, I'll actually... Are there any Irish maps? Not at the moment. There's like... Hot minute. So hot, in fact, that I can't remember you, Aircraft Restorer, and I do apologise. That said, I do have the memory of a particularly forgetful goldfish. Hey, farming's fun. 3 years. That's why I don't remember you. That explains it. Yeah, me looking for a roleplay map is like... And this is gonna sound bad. It's like a woman looking for shoes and a new handbag all at once. Because like... Or a man looking for a new drill. Because you'll know the one for you when you see it. You'll know it when you see it. And I'll know it when I see it. But until I see it, I don't know what I'm looking for. Not yet, Rian. That's, I believe, an upcoming project for Oxy. Once the mod contest is done and dusted, and he's finished having an argument with Giants about Oakfield. But looking for a roleplay map is the single most difficult thing. Especially with the limitations I've placed on myself for 19, where I'm not going to use sites that I don't trust. Like, it rules out a lot of bad maps, which makes it easy. But also rules out a lot of good maps. You know, not everything on those sites that I don't like and don't trust is bad. It's just so much of a crapshoot that you don't know who originally made it or uploaded it where and whatnot. It's just not worth me doing that crapshoot. Hey, Jake. Does the Anderson DLC have a baler included? It has a baler for poplars, but not a baler for like hay and straw. What's the story of Oakfield? It failed again. Is the very, very short answer. It failed again. Oxy has it fixed again. Oxy has it sent off again. It's going to be tested again. And going off recent trends, it's probably going to fail again. Sims Wheel has arrived. Congratulations, Simulator Gaming. Does this issue fail? The issue failed and tell you what it fails on. In fact, MJ sent me one of his fail reports. And what it is just a list of fail this, fail this, fail this, fail this, fail this, fail this. They sometimes will explain why, if it's a particularly technical fail. Or if it needs some explanation, they will explain why. But it is very difficult. This is another thing is it's very difficult at times to figure out how to fix the fails, because a lot of the time there's no explanation of what exactly the fail even means. 40. I knew I forgot to download something. Thank you, Farming Boy. CD, you didn't shout at me about that. I have a complaint. Ooh, crap. You shut up, this is your fault. Did you hear the one about the John Deere stuck up a tree? It is actually stuck! Can I drive further into the tree and maybe free it that? No. Can I make it more angry and maybe get it to ping itself out? I'm not gonna cut the tree down. Because I can just reset the John Deere. Have I tried woodshire? Woodshire. I think so. Oh yeah, you can't reset a vehicle that you're actively in, which is a bit silly. That's why you turn traffic on. That's why I keep it on. Why you turn traffic off, even. That tree definitely had collisions. Please load or create a track first. Oh. That goes off. You might notice I'm not using manual attach today. It's because I completely forgot to update it when Wopster told me to. Because of course I did. Right, I'm probably going to need to wallop the bale stacker a bit to get it lined up so that I can attach it, but we should be good. We should be good. Alright, inbound direct bale stacker badoomph. And the twit that got me stuck up the tree is still there. And now the bale stacker is kind of getting stuck up the tree. Excuse me, sir, could you help, please? Yes, thank you for your aid. If you didn't spot what happened there, I just walloped the side of his car with a bale stacker. As punishment for flipping my tractor into a tree. It had nothing to do with my driving whatsoever. It was 1003.2% his fault. Let's get this starting to unload. And I realised, by the way, that today has been all about them bales, but it's free money, so hooray. Also, Hayden, did you get the message I sent you last night about the Cessna? I'm hoping that works out because I've abandoned, well, I've left it in a grass strip that has no lighting at night. And I'm probably not going to be able to play FSE for a couple of hours yet, so I'm hoping, upon hope, that somebody's stolen it, or rented it, and flown it somewhere that actually has some lights. And ideally is made of tarmac. And has like an apron and stuff. We've still got quite a few bales to pick up, but we're doing well. Not off the top of my head. Hang on. I can do a checking. Log in. Log. Echo Golf Sierra Golf. It's still there. Rage is Echo India Juliet Charlie Hotel. It's still at Echo Golf Sierra Golf. I've just checked. I mean, that's fine because I can fly it out of there fairly easily. It's just a bit frustrating. Also, I'm going to finish at pretty much 7 on the dot today, even if I don't have this all done. Tomorrow's stream will be Oakfield, by the way. I'm going to alternate until I'm done with Marwell, then I'll alternate probably Oakfield and multiplayer until I find a good single-player map. Which, by the way, is why I did the multiplayer streams over the weekends. Over the weekend was trying to get people into that map, which I'm surprisingly fond of. It was supposed to be a placeholder map, but I really like it, and it'll stay on the server for a little while. Just realised all I need to give you is the AKO of the airport, because mine's going to be the only Irish Ridge aircraft in an airport, most likely. And almost definitely the only one with the base set as Waterford Airport. Chat's gone quiet. Yeah, everybody's falling asleep. So what happens when I talk flight sim is everybody just falls asleep because nobody cares. But I care, and that's all that matters. I do hope, though, for the sake of you guys having something to watch after this, that Landy does stream, by the way. I've not heard from him, though. Check my DMs. I can see you sent me a message. I'm just checking for a Facebook message from Landy. You have been distracted by food. That is a good reason to get distracted. Food is the best reason to get distracted. Back. Welcome back, CD. You forgot to inform me about the bail wrapper that I forgot to download. Hey, Dakmar. Just bought the Anderson DLC. Very nice, Immortal. It's a good DLC. It's a very good DLC indeed. All the complaining I did about any sign of Oakfield release failed again. So it'll probably be next week before we hear about what I'm going to anticipate frustratingly will be another fail on something completely random and silly. Do I like Zettery? Yes. I'll claim not to, though, if Fahi's here. There's also a Turkish tractor band. I can't remember the exact name of it again. I always forget the name of it. But they're still making Fiat 190s. Or 11090s even, not 190s. They're still making Fiat 110s, which is bloody hilarious. I wish I could remember off the top of my head what the name of that brand was. A mod release today, yeah. Ursus, I'm not too fond of Ursus, I don't like their colour scheme. Also, I've tied myself up. Oh crap. Help! That all went wrong very quickly. Yeah, I accidentally tied my legs together there for a second. That's why I had a mild panic and hit into those two trees. Can't blame the car this time. I definitely can. He was literally somewhere. That was definitely the car's fault, and nothing to do with me tying my legs together accidentally with the cable for the controller. Then having a mild panic and hitting two trees at once. This is totally the correct way to load bales. I'm from Ireland. Yes, I'm from County Tipperary. Do. Totally legitimate bale stacking. Trying to play the game, my feet never works out. Trying to play the game with a controller wrapped around both my legs that makes me panic doesn't help. Time to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Very nice. See ya, Welsh. I've played a bit of Odyssey, enough to... Why not Unity? Actually, yeah, why not Unity? That was free lately. I got mixed up between Odyssey and Unity. Yeah, Unity. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Unity. Or I did. Enough to get to the, thing. Notre Dame. Unity sucks, but it has Notre Dame, and it was free. That instantly makes it a brilliant game. Any game you get for free is instantly better. That's just like one of the rules of gaming, is if it's free, it's instantly better. Because you got no money on the line, you got no buyer's remorse about buying a bad game. They're making a Viking Assassin's Creed. Oh, Thor's Hammer, I might actually get that one. I could have done that as well. Now I'm sad, because I could have made Battenberg bales. That would have been really good. It wouldn't have brought in the money, though. Won't come out until 2021. Oh. Might actually have a real job by then, so I might actually be able to buy games. What an interesting thought. Hey, Barn Lodge. Let's get these up to the shed. Mjolnir. Well, the few people to realise that Mjolnir is actually the name of Thor's hammer. Well done, Hayden. Mauro Andrini, hello. Might have 1 million subscribers by then. I might have 10k by then. How's my day been? My day's been good. I've been having an enjoyable day. I had some noodles. Any day where I have noodles is a good day. And the omega-3 tablets that I've been taking, you might have noticed, have stabilized my mood, so I'm usually in a bit of a better mood. I'm dealing with real human emotions again. It's strange. Where am I from? I am from Ireland. Irlanda. I'm guessing with a name like Mauro, you are from Italy. See about. You gonna buy trains, Sim? Oh, please don't buy the one that's by Dovetail. Please don't. But the only developer I'll say, please never buy a game from them. Because they are just money hungry. From Bologna. Very nice. Or as Americans would call it, Bologna. Or Bologna. I don't know how to pronounce it. The trains portal site. Yes, but is it by Dovetail? Because if it's by Dovetail, I'll be very angry with you. Because they ripped off Flight Simmers in the past. It is Bologna. This is why I get annoyed with Americans, because they pronounce Bologna but baloney. It's literally an Italian town and they pronounce it wrong. Italia! Which has one of my favourite national anthems. Because the Italian national anthem just sounds like there's somebody going to a party. Hello, Fahy. Repeat Bologna. I'm fairly sure it's supposed to be pronounced Bologna. But in America it's pronounced Bologna. With the exact same spelling. It's a kind of meat product they have over there that's just horrific. As far as I can tell, it's just processed meat. Yes, I pronounce it correctly. I'm proud of myself. You missed the discussion about Zetter's Fahy. Connected to Wi-Fi, you're doing a hotspot on your computer and lag. I'm on Wi-Fi too. What's my name? Dave. Rainbow Dave is my name. Some may call me by other names, but my name is Rainbow Dave. Also known as that guy over there, also known as Why Are You Upside Down Again, also known as Please Stop Flipping the Tractors, Dave. Also, okay, Crows, please, you're kind of being a bit creepy with the suicide dives. Hey. My legal name is Francis F. Fandango Banana Pants with a bucket on his head, the third. True fact. Nope, yep, there. Do I like wrestling? Yes. I love Bray Wyatt now. I'm loving the Firefly Funhouse segments. To the point where I told everybody on TeamSpeak to shut up last night when it was on. The word of the day is sociopath. I'm not a big fan of the Roman Reigns character. He annoys me. They've somehow succeeded in making Bray Wyatt both child-friendly and even creepier than ever. And I applaud WWE for that. I've been as high as 95, I think 95.05 before Aiden. The Anderson stuff all work with mod balers, yes. As long as they're putting out standard bales, Hodge, it will work with anything you want. This is the joy of it. Seth Rollins, I like Seth Rollins. That said, I'm more of a fan of Finn Balor and Becky Two Belts. And as I've said a couple of times now, creepy kids show presenter Bray Wyatt. Which Fatty has no idea about. Also, Pedro's probably annoyed because I sent him a spoiler to last night's Firefly Funhouse. Finn Balor's from Ireland, he's from Bray in County Wicklow. Becky Lynch from Dublin. Even though she was born in Limerick. Pedro loves spoilers. He got really annoyed with me one night because I kept sending him fake spoilers. There's going to be a time where I just like send him the results of every match but backwards. Like I'm gonna get every match intentionally wrong, and then like tell him the Undertaker showed up 5 times and ruined every match, followed by Kane choke slamming Hornswoggle through the ring. Hornswoggle choke slamming Kane through the ring. That would be a sight to behold. There's a fence there, isn't there? I have made a... Oh. I was about to say I've made a quite large mistake just as I freed myself. I've done well here. I've only got stuck up 1 tree today. You. And... bit of a swing, a bit of a swing. And you. And I'm gonna come around here now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at that bale being picked up. Oh my god, wow. Such farming skills right here on show. Subscribe and like for farming. Look at that skill. Not a single bit of concern, and I've already got the next bale lined up. What amazing skills at farming right here. What? I was being a YouTuber. Should I not be a YouTuber? I found... I found the most hilarious thing last night. I found a guy doing videos of a snooker game, but doing high energy commentary to it. And it was just the most bizarre thing. Like, dude playing snooker game, but with generic YouTuber commentary that was redonkulously high energy. I'm like, what the hell? Snooker's the most boring sport in the world. Why are you trying to make it into why are you trying to Americanize snooker? You're English, you've been to snooker matches. You told in high energy form a story about you going to the World Championships, which is possibly the most boring thing in the world. Okay, I would love to see South American football commentators trying to commentate on golf or snooker. Just take really boring game, insert South American football commentators. Suddenly you've got the most exciting and interesting and hilarious thing in the world. Don't think it'd be intentionally hilarious, but it would be hilarious. South American football commentators commentating on curling at the Winter Olympics. Like, that's just a few people brushing some ice. But if you insert South American football commentary, you've suddenly got a really exciting sport, because it's just some South Americans screaming words at you. No politics, please, Hayden. See, Irish, I'll be finished up in a minute myself. So, you ain't gonna miss much, Irish. Stop it up. And this has been a single job stream, which I usually strongly dislike, but it's kind of worked well. Now, what we'll get for that, Hayden, will be Japanese wrestling announcers. Those guys get hilariously into it. Right, now I just need to figure out a way to move those bales into the sell point. Sumo, not sumo, professional wrestling. Sumo wrestling's too real. Oh, I've not got this stuck again, have I? I have not. My master plan shall work. Let's wiggle our way over. Perfect straight line driving here. I feel like Slap Train right now. It's just drifting with all the quality of a Slap Train drift. Do 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 do. That bale sold? Yes, but you couldn't see it because the wall decided to say hello. Hello, wall. Oh. Trying to do the Razor from Robot Wars celebration in this doesn't work too well, apparently. Yeah, it really doesn't work very well. That kind of sucks. Work this eye. Yes. This will suffice. Doesn't even spin very well. This is a disappointing skid steer. Like, if you can't do the Razor from Robot Wars celebration in a skid steer, what good is a skid steer? I have noticed, by the way, the pigs seem to be producing quite a lot of manure. Also, this skid steer just loves tipping itself up onto its nose. Back just at the end, typical. Yeah, you got a bad habit of doing that, Alexander. Like that is probably your worst habit around the channel. No. You do not do that. you do this. That's probably after coming through the end, isn't it? Oh god. Look at all that manure that I'll never get back. And we will end by tipping the skid steer over once again. That is in no way rewarding, but look at how flat the floor is. Wait. What? Hey, can you see how skid steers work in Farm Sim? Let me just tip this over again. Yeah. If I try and self-right this way, it will never work. But if I do it this way, you can see that the invisible tire flips the skid steer back. Because the visible tires don't budge. The invisible ones, that you can see indicated by the white circles here, do. If ever you wondered how skid steers in Farm Sim actually worked, there you go. What about a tracked one? Screw it, let's do an experiment. Let's see what happens to the tracked skid steer. I can tell you right now it's going to be the same because you can see the invisible front wheel. Yeah. Invisible wheels. Tracks are there effectively for show. There's invisible wheels that actually do the steering. They're not going to hit me down or hunt me down because this is exactly how it's always worked. It's just very interesting to see it in action. Like if I were to, I don't know if this will flip actually, because as fun, as bizarre as it sounds, the invisible wheels only work to steer. The tracks actually provide all the traction. It's very clever. It is ingenious design. Like, it's not something that I'm ripping giants on. It is ingenious design because it simplifies the physics needed. You don't need to work out the physics of a track and how that would work. You just need to work out the physics of, you know, how would wheels cope in this situation. That's also why tracked vehicles have diff locks. Yeah, it's all working off the physics of something having four wheels. Which... it all work the exact same as this, Hayden. You can actually see that the front left Invisawheel is orange, and that means that it doesn't have much grip. So they are simulating even grip between the different tires. Now granted, both tracks are moving forwards, but you can see the inside track is moving forwards much more slowly, and there is some grip being lost. You can see that it's moving at a bit of a weird pace where it's skidding a bit, and as it gets faster, that skid becomes a complete loss of grip. So the inside left tire is doing nothing, or the inside left Invisawheel. Now how's that for a little insight into the physics? Because it's something that, like, you look at this here, you don't see any wheels. But they are there. There's 4 wheels on every single piece of equipment in Farm Sim. Every bit of drivable equipment, anyway. Because otherwise the physics don't really work very well, and the calculations don't work very well. By putting on 4 wheels, you just need to calculate for those 4 wheels, even though they're not visible. It's one of these ingenious little game design things that Giants worked out a few years back when they put in the JCB skid steers at first, and they've kind of run with it since. You might notice I said the JCB skid steers. That's because the quad tracks actually work on a different physics system. The quad track, I know that is it a quad track they still have, or is it now just the Steiger? I can bring it up. Yeah, the quad track. The quad track system is a bit different because the quad track only has 4 Invisi wheels. Oh no, it doesn't. It has 8. So you can see at the back here. There's 2 Invisi wheels poking through the back of the rear track, 2 poking through the front, and the same on the front tracks. So each of these is its own independent set of Invisi wheels, and GPS is making... There's some physics glitching going on as well between this, but you can see how it all works very, very simply just by looking at the F5 mode. Yeah, the turning on the quad track wheels is done differently because they don't turn. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If Landy's streaming, go over watch him. If not, then you're kind of stuck and you'll need to find something to watch. I do apologize. But until next time, stay safe and goodbye.